Willie, we have a lot to talk about. We also have some polls out of Ohio. It seems that Butters now down by 10 or 11 points, according to his survey, falling behind Tim Ryan. That one is fascinating. You look at Dr. Oz in Pennsylvania, and it's a precursor. Those things are a precursor to what happened in Arizona. I mean, you talk about. I've got to say, you talk about extremes, and I think the Arizona Republican Party, the rank and file, selected, again, the most extreme slate of candidates probably in modern American history. 4 election deniers, 4 people who, despite all of the federal courts, all of the Trump appointees, all of the Trump Supreme Court justices, all of the Republicans up and down the line who have said that this election was legitimate. All of the people who worked in the Trump administration who said this election was legitimate. The Republican slate of candidates this fall, insurrectionists, freaks, weirdos, really, really extreme, the most extreme slate of candidates in American history.
Yeah, and some of those in Arizona, not just casual election deniers. Mark Finchem, the nominee to be Secretary of State, was at the Capitol on January 6th. He was at the Stop the Steal rally. Carrie Lake, the nominee for governor, has adopted the language of election denial. She was a different person, of course, a couple of years ago when she supported
an
Barack Obama.
Supporter. Yeah.
Exactly. But she now says, yes, I have evidence that the 2020 election was rigged, except I'm not going to share it with you because you're in the fake news. So she keeps saying she's got evidence but won't share it. But that's sort of beside the point, because now the 4 of them are on the doorstep. They're one step away, one election away in Arizona from being in positions of real power where they could have, if they'd been in place in 2020, they could have done something to change the outcome of the 2020 election. They could have flipped votes there. And it's not just Arizona, as you say. It's Pennsylvania, where Dr. Oz is also playing a part, pretending he's crazy. Voters are starting to see through that in that poll that you mentioned. Same goes for J.D. Vance, the venture capital guy, the guy from Silicon Valley, also playing a part. Ohio voters, it looks like, are starting to see through that. So none of these elections will be easy for Democrats, but these are definitely the candidates they hoped to face in the fall.
Well, and the stakes, Miki, could not be any higher. Couldn't be any higher, especially in these races where you have election deniers who are running. Is it an overstatement? I don't know. I mean, I guess our viewers can decide whether it's an overstatement to say that our form of American democracy is at risk if we start electing people who deny election results when their side loses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where we are. So you don't want to overstate it. You don't want to be hyperbolic, but
it's dangerous.
But yeah, so much is at stake this fall, when you have these people who are insurrectionists or who supported the insurrectionists, or, you've got the Republican gubernatorial candidate in Pennsylvania who showed up on January the 6th and again, talks the language of insurrection. It talks the language of election denial. It's anti-democratic and it's un-American.